Assalamu alaikum guys. So barkanku da sake dawowa page ina. Um, Wannan bidiyon zai zama kaman weekly review ne na abin da ya faru this week. Although this is Friday, late Friday kenan. So I usually do this on Saturday haka ko on Sunday. Zan samu time sai na zauna na yi ASR, abinda ake cewa ASR, Advanced Self Review. Yacce zan yi reviewing abubuwan da ya faru the previous week, abubuwan da na yi a kasuwa, trade ɗin da na ɗauka, na yi journaling ɗin wanda ya kamata na yi journaling, trade ɗin da na yi missing kuma haka nan dai gaba ɗaya nake yi. I think almost every week ina ƙoƙari sosai na yi hakan nan. So I just decided yanzu na yi recording. I don't know if I'm actually going to post this, but then I just decided na yi recording ɗin abin da ya faru this week. So kamar yadda kuka sani, this is DXY, zan fara da shi. Last week mun yi magana ne in ce kuma in ce last week video ɗin da na yi na weekly outlook which is on Saturday is the first video da na yi posting kenan a channel ɗina. So na jawo hankalinku zuwa wannan a DXY, wannan DXY ne weekly time frame. So na jawo hankalinku zuwa ga yacce price action yake yayin formation ɗin price action a wajen nan. Na gaya muku price ya zo ya mitigating wannan zone ɗin a monthly time frame, which is the internal range liquidity. Na ce muku I needed to see price, or I'm expecting price to come for this high, then subsequently wannan fair value gap ɗin before deciding if it's going to continue to the upside or to the downside. But ba wannan muke magana akai ba. I want to talk about this particular candle. Wannan candle ɗin shine weekly candle ɗin da ya yi forming wannan week ɗin kenan. Kamar yadda na gaya muku, I'm expecting an open low high close candle, which is a bullish candle at DXY kenan. You can go back to my previous video, a weekly outlook. Idan baka kalla ba, it is very important you go and watch that before coming back to this video so that to understand abin da ya faru. So kamar yadda na ce, this is some form of change of character hakan nan, ko kuma in ce break of structure. Kun ga the price yayi aggressive coming back to this area and break above this area. In the lower time frame, all of this zone is like a consolidation. So this is like a breakout ko kuma break of structure. So usually idan price ya samu break of structure hakan nan, yana dawowa ne yayi mitigating internal liquidity, then it goes out to take out the external liquidity, which is this one. So fair value gap, order block are all form of internal liquidity. So price last week came back to this fair value gap exactly at the 50%, which is sensitive area. Price is mitigating and she say equally as a candle two closure, which means on a simple term, price is telling you that it is more likely to come for this high scanner, which is your first draw on liquidity. Kamar yacce na yi bayani a wancan video ɗin da na yi na weekly outlook, na ce price will more likely come for this high and this high subsequently. Although I was not expecting price to push aggressively hakan nan, but then it is what it is because of NFP. I think today is Friday, right? The first Friday of the week, which is also an NFP. So that is why price push aggressively hakan nan. But then we already know that this is our draw liquidity. Then subsequently this one. So you can see how price closed as a CRT. Our journal. Sorry for the noise. Like I said, I'm not a fan of editing videos, so probably that would run sound. And if I decide to kind of post this, then going down to the daily time frame, this is what we have, right? Kamar yacce na yi bayani last week. Na ce muku nan wajen is a kind of consolidation, and price consolidated for several days around this area due to abubuwan da yake faruwa like Middle East. There was a heavy consolidation a wajen nan. Then price broke out This is a form of power of three. If you understand power of three, this is a consolidation and this is a manipulation, and we were expecting an me aggressive push to the upside. So but I mean we are already bullish right from monthly time frame, weekly time frame, they are aligning, and we are trying to catch the candle tree of the CRT, right? Keeping that aside, this is also a power of three. One week is from the last week, right? Because price was here, I think price was here go. Yeah, price was here last week. This is Friday. Price closed here, and this is the Monday candle that opened. So idan kuka kula za ku ga the price forms something like this: accumulation, manipulation, and continuation, coming back to retest the area and continue. And it also makes sense idan kuka kalle shi, right? Like price push and close above this area with a body close on Monday. Is it Monday? On Wednesday, sorry, on Wednesday. Then reverse back, mitigate this area for continuation. I will tell you how we like get to have this area like this when we go to the lower time frame. But I want you to pay attention to this time frame and see. I told you from last week that I needed to see Monday close as a what bullish up close candle for my additional confirmation to buy. Although my first confirmation was that fair value gap on 4 hour time frame, I said I want to see the morning candle, 4 hour candle, the 9 a.m. 4 hour candle inverse that fair value gap because it was the immediate 4 hour candle, right? So I said I needed to see it inverse that fair value gap for first confirmation, and this is my second confirmation to see this Monday candle close as a what bullish up close candle, and that will confirm my daily directional bias that price will likely come for this equal highs and for this highs, right? So you can see what happened exactly, like I anticipated, not like I predicted, like I anticipated for it to happen. Also, this was my first confirmation, like I said. Idan kuka kalla nan gefen, I think around this area, I keep a notes on my previous video. It is very important for you to go and watch that video also. That after this sweep of liquidity, which is the manipulation, price left this fair value gap. And if price is willing to start continuing to the downside, it is going to come and fill it, then continue to the downside. But then, because I suspected that we have already switched bullish, so the first thing I needed to see is for price to inverse this fair value gap. If price inverse disrespect this fair value gap, that's my first confirmation. If I'm willing to take a trade on Monday, then on EU it will have aligned the same thing. Then I will take a trade on Euro USD on Monday, but I don't usually trade on Monday. So I like sit on the sideline to see, yeah, Monday is playing out. Then I will trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and more likely on Friday if I see opportunity. So price inverse this fair value gap one, sweep liquidity from last week. This sweep of liquidity was from last week. So price yeah inverse one fair value gap. First thing on Monday morning London session. Subsequently, still on the London session, right? Yeah, change in character. On one highs and then this is change of character. After sweep of liquidity, the next high you have, the next internal high you have or external high is your change of liquidity. Price what? Close above it with intention. This thing is very important, right? You need to see aggressive movement towards your change of character, or when price is approaching liquidity like this, you need to see aggressive movement to close above it, right? Price close above it still on Monday, I think around New York session. Price is closing above it and it came back towards mitigate this area on Tuesday. Look at the profile. The profile makes sense on DXY. Like I love this profile. Although this is an NFP week, although NFP week used to be strange, but then this week is very like clean and clear what happened, except if you don't understand price movement. Monday delivers, giving you confirmation, closing as a bullish up close candle on Monday. Tuesday, reverse back towards fill in this imbalance and mitigate the discounted point of interest. What is it in discounted point of interest in this term? You use your Fibonacci. Usually abin da nake kenan idan an samu change of character, I use my Fibonacci from this low to this high to see where is the OTE zone. which is this area. But you will not use your OTE zone a wajen nan saboda price ya bamu wannan low din, and this is important low. Why is this important low? Low din nan ya zo ne daga inversion fair value gap. It also mitigated this fair value gap a wajen nan. Therefore, you are not going to use this low again, you are going to use this subsequent low da aka samu. That's another topic on its own. Inshallah, OTE zone za mu zo zan yi video akan OTE zones da 50% premium and discount duka zan yi video akan shi daga baya. But then just try to follow me and understand what is happening. So within the range, this low and this high is a range, right? So if it is a range, what is the discounted point area, premium discount zone, and what is the optimal entry zone? This is the OTE zone. But you don't just, sometimes you don't just use OTE zone kadai. You are going to look menene aligning da wannan OTE zone din nan to wannan point of interest din nan shine the most valid point of interest da aka yi amfani da shi. Then you have this what continuation block. They call this continuation block. I don't know what you guys call it, but me personally, I call it as a continuation block, right? Saboda me, it is positioned here, and there is a reason. So this is a strong low. If this is a strong low, then this is an order block, right? Or continuation block, right? Then price came back on Tuesday, mitigate it, then push during London. This is the 9 a.m. I think this is okay, this is not the 9 a.m. But then price push and close above this area. She giving you another smaller change of character on Kakuma 15-minute time frame, or if you use the candlestick structure, this is another change of character. Our agenda. Candle close like the candle close above this and continue pushing, pushing, pushing on Tuesday, approaching Wednesday. Tuesday reverse, push, then Wednesday pushed again, creating this high on Wednesday. Very good, like bar any confusion. Monday bullish, Tuesday bearish, Wednesday continuation, Thursday pullback, Friday continuation. Simple, clean profile if you understand daily profile and stuff like that. So after price mitigated this area and push, then this is the high of the Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, hakan or something like that. This is the high. Then Thursday was a bearish candle, like I said, to mitigate this imbalance a wajen nan and mitigate this block da aka bada a nan wajen. Price ya dawo mitigating din shi on Thursday. I didn't trade Thursday, but I trade Tuesday. I traded this Tuesday, this push, a Euro USD kenan da gold. I traded gold and Euro USD. Zan yi analyzing ɗinsu su ma sai nuna muku inda na shiga kuma da yadda na yi taking trade ɗina a wajen. So I traded Tuesday and I didn't trade Thursday, but I traded Friday also. That's the reason. So price came back on Thursday to mitigate this zone, right? I didn't take any trade, but Friday, look at what price did in particular, right? Price ya zo ya yi mitigating wannan block ɗin nan. Kun ga wannan single block ɗin nan shi ma is a me kuke ce mene ma ba proportion block ba, is it proportion block or mitigation block? Abin da dai ake kiransa shine wannan. Saboda ya yi mitigating wannan other block ɗin nan. So this is a mitigation block, right? Price came back to the opening price a nan wajen, around this area, right? Price ya zo yi mitigating ɗin shi Friday ɗin nan, ya yi sniping ɗin shi, taking out the low of Thursday, sweeping the low of Thursday, and kun san cewa yau NFP week ne. So immediately price is approaching this one, trust London and New York open. Ka san cewa price ya mitigate, ya yi like ya yi sweeping ɗin low on Thursday, ya mitigate wannan area. Kai ka san cewa NFP is going to be bullish. I'm not trying to predict NFP, but what the market is saying, that's what I'm trying to predict. So I caught my trade around this area on Euro, and I will go there and I will analyze immediately. Like DXY ya yi sweeping wannan low ɗin nan, immediately ya yi sweeping low ɗin nan, naga ya bada contraction. The moment wannan next 4-hour candle ɗin ya buɗe, I was already on my trade pushing to the upside. You see, I traded Tuesday and I traded Friday. Simple, simple, just something like abu bane wanda zai yi confusing ɗinka ba. But you see everything 4-hour ya bada gaba ɗaya layouts ɗin. First break, change of character kenan. Wannan is a break of structure which happens on this break happens on Wednesday, I think, yeah. But this high was created on Monday. Then the next break of structure was this NFP candle, because this is an NFP candle. Kana kallon shi marbuzu hakan nan, ka san cewa this is not a normal candle. But I caught it. I don't trade news, but I was 1 hour in the trade before news. I was 1 hour in the trade before news. So yeah, and this is the last break of structure. So I'm suspecting price will pull back a little bit for continuation, but zan yi analyzing wannan ne insha Allah a new week open analysis in da zan yi. But for now, this is what DXY delivers for the week, and the profile was clean, and I explained it on my previous video. I told you that I wanted to see Monday close as a bullish candle, then Tuesday continuation, Wednesday continuation, and like that, like that. I want to see this candle close as a bullish candle on DXY, and that is its weekly bullish candle delivers. So let's push to the Euro USD, and I'll also explain everything starting from the weekly time frame. Although weekly time frame din Euro USD haka yake, kamar yacce na gaya muku, na ce muku last week price ya zo just like on DXY, price ya zo ya mitigating wannan fair value gap din nan a Euro USD kenan, sannan ya kulle as a candle two closure. Wannan ana kiransa da candle two closure. Candle ɗin da ya je mitigating fair value gap sannan ya kulle as a contraction candle below the candle that created the range. So this was my range candle, and this is the high of the candle, and this is the low of the candle. So ideally, tunda an yi taking them buy side liquidity and tap into internal liquidity, then price will go for the sell side liquidity also on the third candle. So this is the candle I was anticipating to be bearish. Shima idan kuka je last week open analysis in da na yi, which is the weekly outlook, in kuka duba daga nan sama za ku ga na gaya muku I'm expecting a what? A bearish weekly candle on Euro USD. So it is important in baka kalla wannan bidiyon ba, like I said from the start, ka je ka fara kallon wannan video din, and if you come back to this video, everything is going to what? Make sense. So on the daily time frame, moving away from the weekly time frame to the daily time frame now, za mu ga cewa wannan fair value gap din it also appears again on the what? Daily time frame, and look at how markets respected it. Clean rejection. Saboda na sha gaya muku cewa fair value gap yana da components guda uku, although ban yi video akan shi ba, but if you are in my community and you have been with me for a while, za ka san cewa duka on the lectures in da muke, I usually tell you guys that if price is going to less respect fair value gap, you are going to see a reaction on the 50%, or any price that comes to the 50% is preferably kaga price ya kulle below 50% on fair value gap din, and look at how price mitigated exactly the 50% and reject. Very clean. That's from last week. So this week, na gaya muku, my confirmation will be on 4-hour time frame. The same inversion fair value gap to be inversed. There is nothing much on the daily time frame. Like I said from last week, there is nothing much on the daily time frame. But if you go down to the 4-hour time frame, everything is going to be clean and everything is going to like make sense. So kun ga fair value gap in ya ƙara appearing again on the daily time frame. Although price bai zo ma 50% in daily 4-hour time frame din ba, but it mitigated the weekly time frame, mitigated the daily fair value gap, and also mitigated the 4-hour fair value gap. So this was the high, sweeping all this buy side liquidity. It makes sense, right? So from that my previous video in Minachi, na ce muku this fair value, this is a fair value gap, right? That is supposed to push price to the upside. Clear, right? As an internal liquidity for price to seek support hakan nan. Let's say if price wants to push to the upside, daga nan wajen zai mitigating din shi ne ya ci gaba da tafiya sama. But in any case, say price zai inversing din shi. So price inversing that fair value gap is your first what? Is your first sign that price is willing to start coming to the downside. Is your first confirmation. The second confirmation was this change of character. I don't really need this change of character to happen. Immediately price inverse this fair value gap. That's my first confirmation to start looking for sell aggressively. But then I was not going to trade Monday. So I didn't trade Monday, and Monday delivers change character. Then Tuesday morning, London session price further gravitating towards the upside and coming back to retest the inversion fair value gap and this supply zone again before price started going to the downside. So abunda na yi on Tuesday is that when price give me change of character on Monday, I started paying attention to how price is reacting. Ina so price ya dawo cikin me the range da aka samu within this high to this low, kamar the same thing yanda na yi a DXY wannan range din. daga highs din nan zuwa wannan lows din nan, daga yanda price zai dawo cikin OTE zone din, naga me zai yi a OTE zone din, then I'll look for confirmation and start trading. So that's on the 4 hour time frame, right? So on the 4 hour time frame, what I saw was that price coming back into the what OTE zone and close as a candle 2 closure. Kun gani? Price ya ban candle 2 closure a wajen nan. So I'm going to remove the OTE zone so that you see cleanly, but you see that price came back to the OTE zone, right? So I'm going to remove it. You see that an samu candle 2 closure a cikin inversion fair value gap din nan. Now let's go down to 1 hour time frame to see it clearly. So you see how price came back to the inversion fair value. Let me remove this. That's for Friday's trade. So wannan inversion fair value, like OTE zone din ne ya ƙara appearing, and then let me remove it again. Now you can see how price came back to this area in particular. Let me remove this also for now. This is the OTE zone. This is the inversion fair value gap, right? Let me remove this too, like to make the charts to clean. So price ya dawo cikin OTE zone kuma cikin inversion fair value gap, right? Now what is in the OTE zone? That's what I'm going to trade. So not particularly the OTE zone. I'm going to trade what falls inside the OTE zone. What was my eye paying attention to? Wannan liquidity din nan da wannan block din nan, supply zone din nan, because this is a supply zone, right? Price ya forming din shi sai dropping aggressively, continue dropping, leaving this what as a liquidity. This is a liquidity. This is an inducement. If you don't know, you know today. If you start catching trade from this area, that ka ce SL kafin price kuma ya zo ya tafi direction naka. So this is a liquidity, right? So price ya baka wannan as a liquidity, sannan ya baka wannan short term highs din nan a London session, and this is New York session. Idan ka iya trading din silver bullet, this is a silver bullet trade. Price ya kulle a 4 hour candle din da za a shiga New York session, ya kulle as a candle 2 closure, as a contraction candle after tapping into this what supply zone. What do you need again? You just need a confirmation to start trading. Although I put a snapper entry a wajen nan, I put a limit order a wajen nan because it was a limit order trade. Idan ka duba Telegram channel dina za ka gani, sannan if you have my TikTok also za ka gani na yi posting din shi a TikTok dina kuma na yi posting din shi a Telegram dina. If you are not in my Telegram community, you can also join. I will drop the link inshallah a wannan video din if I decide to post the video kenan. So moving forward, da na ga wannan short term highs din nan, na san in dai har wannan accumulation ne, to London zai yi manipulation ne, ya yi tapping ɗinsa, then you start dropping. So I put my limit order here, and I think 15 minutes ago or so, price ya zo ya bada confirmation, but I'm already in the trade kafin price ya bada confirmation, and yeah, I think that was what happened. I used this zone kenan. Yeah, if I can remember, this was the zone I used. Exactly, yeah, that was the zone I used. Supply zone ne kuma na duba na ga kaman key level ne a wajen nan, then I traded it pending price sweeping this liquidity and drop. I targeted these lows and I targeted what 1 to 3 at exactly 1 to 3 and I targeting, and price delivers. You can go to my Telegram channel and verify the execution, the trade, and everything is there plainly. So today, coming back to today's trade, and I think from then ban ƙara trading din Euro USD ba, saboda immediately price ya bada wannan, it has just been dropping, creating these liquidities, and I will not try to be liquidity a wajen nan. Although na ga wannan setup din on Thursday, I think Thursday haka nan, Wednesday na ga wannan setup din yanda price ya accumulating and Wednesday close. Yes, Wednesday close, and this is London open, right? This is London open. Price yayi wannan manipulation din power of 3, kamar yanda nake maku bayanin power of 3 every single day. Power of 3 is like this. Zan yi video a kansa nan gaba insha Allah, but if you are in my community, you know I've already talked about power of 3 with you guys. Then after accumulation, kamar da price yayi accumulating, in ka san accumulation, wannan consolidation shine accumulation. In ka san consolidation shine wannan, na riga na yi video akan consolidation, trending, uptrend and downtrend. You can go and watch that too. So after price consolidates, it is likely, if we are in the uptrend or downtrend, depending on your direction, price will likely sweep the downside, then change character, then give you confirmation for what's continuation. But sometimes by a salmon change of character, price will just sweep and just continue going to the upside, which is exactly what happened a wajen nan accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Abin da ya faru kenan a wajen nan in ka koma lower time frame zaka ga key level din da price ya zo yi mitigating like this area. You can see price mitigated this area and start what pushing to the upside. Wanda suke trading on wannan pattern din sun san abin da nake nufi. So after price push aggressively on Thursday kenan, I was watching this. I didn't take any trade. I was watching this because on the 4 hour time frame, let me show you something on the 4 hour time frame, right? Why I was watching that area because I was expecting price to at least pull back to 50% on one range in the aka creating within this high to this low. At least price should pull back to around this area before dumping, and we have a favor look up here, and we also have a supply zone at wajen nan. So this is the supply zone, and it happened late Thursday, right? And I think that was the reason I didn't take the trade on Thursday, kenan. Because I also like trading on Thursday, but I didn't take this trade. So but it happened late Thursday. Price mitigated this area and rejected, and like kamar zai ci gaba da tafiya na ce fine. Then ya ci gaba da tafiya, that would be I have only one trade on Euro USD and two trade go or one trade also on gold. So the price ya bada high din nan, I didn't expect it to come back again. Quite alright. But then on Friday, price pushed to mitigate this supply zone again, giving me SMT divergence. This is suspicious. So price mitigated this supply zone again. Wannan SMT divergence ne aka samu da DXY uh, the DXY, the GBP USD, yeah, the Euro USD. This was the SMT divergence saboda DXY da SMT. DXY da GU I think dukansu biyu sun yi ticking ɗin wannan high ɗin nan. Kawai Euro ne shi kaɗai bai ticking ɗin high ɗin nan ba. And it closed like as a candle 2 hakan nan ya bani wannan rejection ɗin nan. Kawai ina ganin wannan rejection ɗin nan, wannan candle ɗin yana buɗewa immediately yayi sweeping ya je yi tapping ɗin wannan area ɗin ya dawo. So immediately I see this rejection, I know that price is going to either trade candle 2 or candle 3 CRC. So I mark this as my CRH. If you are in my Telegram community, go and check everything, the execution and trade and everything is there. So I mark this as my CRH, and I'm expecting price to come for this low, either on the second or the third candle, and subsequently all these lows. So when I go down to 1 hour, there is nothing there on the 1 hour time frame. It was on the 15 minutes that na samu confirmation ɗina. Kun ga ma na sa wannan CRT entry ko. So let me remove this to reduce the noise. So this was the trade. Yo, Friday. I wasn't expecting price to drop aggressively hakan nan, but then NFP. And I entered my trade. I don't trade news, but I entered this trade like an hour or 45 minutes before the news. So yeah, price ya ban wannan highs din nan, ya ban wannan highs din, ya ban intermediate high, short term high, and this one is the intermediate high. So I use this as a change of character because this is a change of character. Although muna da internal structure a wajen nan, this is the internal change, but then I didn't capitalize on this internal range change. I used this one, right? Immediately price yayi wannan, za ku gan shi da kyau kun gani, it sweep the lows of this candle and then come back within the range. I took my trade from here, from this area. Saboda yayi aligning the 5 minutes OTE zone. Na yi taking down a trade ɗina a wajen nan and put my stop above here. I saw some people take their trade from this QM daga baya kenan. Saboda I didn't even share this idea with anyone, but although I know I posted it in my Telegram group, but I didn't share the idea with anyone. So there's a QM here, but I didn't take my trade from this area. I took it from this area, hakan nan, and I put my trade hakan nan. And news price yayi dumping at first. Da na yi triggering ɗina yayi dumping, the news came, then continued dumping to the downside. So yeah, this was the second trade I took on Euro. You can go to my TikTok or Telegram community. You see the trade execution and everything. So going to gold, I'll also do the same thing, and I think on BTC too, I will do the same thing. Then I will end the video, inshallah. So on gold, weekly time frame, there's also a CRT candle 2 closure. Wannan shine candle 2. Although candle 2 din ya riga yayi delivery, but then I just marked this because it didn't make too much sense on the weekly time frame, but I already know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for sales, right? Because price push aggressively and clear the highs of that previous one, 10 week and 3 weeks high. Yayi kuma sai ya kulle as a candle two. So I was looking to trade this candle three on gold kenan weekly. I was expecting a what? I was expecting a bearish I was expecting a bearish weekly candle on gold. You can also check the previous video. I said it. I put something here. So on the daily time frame, you can see what happened. Clean on the daily time frame, right? Price came back and mitigates one of your value gap and now clearing these highs, right? On a bearish movement, you can clearly see that gold is bearish, right? So the price is mitigating area, and that's the only thing I mark on the daily time frame, weekly forecast and video, and then I went to the 4 hour time frame, which is also going to make more sense. Okay, now? So on the 4 hour time frame, you see the same fair value gap that appears on the weekly time frame. It also appears on the what? That appears on the daily time frame. It also appears on the 4 hour time frame, which is this one. So price swept these highs and also this high and mitigated it. Kun gani? Clean clean. Sai na ce muku cewa my first confirmation on gold on Monday, which is this week Monday, shine in ga price ya kulle below this area. In ga price ya kulle below this area. Shine confirmation ɗina. Na gaya muku. In dai naga price ya kulle below this area, then I'm going to expect price to come for this weekly draw on liquidity, which is what happened. Monday na buɗewa price zai dropping massively, aggressively, one way. Yana taking ɗin wannan low ɗin ya zo ya mitigating ɗin area ɗin nan sai ya pushing back, which is something I also expected because I want to trade on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, right? So I don't want to see price just continue dropping. Idan na zo nan Tuesday naga price a wajen nan, I wouldn't trade because saboda na san dole za a samu pullback. So in na fara shiga trade a wajen nan aka zo aka yi pullback da ni, kun gani, it wouldn't make sense. So I wanted to see Monday drop, then maybe Tuesday London session yayi pullback, sai na yi trade in the New York session Tuesday, and that is what I think almost happened. Kuma in ce that's what almost happened kenan. So ina number one ne? Yawwa, this is where I took the trade on Tuesday. Yeah, I think the same day I took that euro trade is the same day I took this one too. So after price is dropping on Monday, Tuesday morning London session, price ya buɗe, ya pushing ya zo ya dawo cikin area ɗin nan. Kun ga area ɗin da price ya dawo, fair value gap. Look at one thing. There's something I want you guys to pay attention to, right? The price ya buɗe is dropping aggressively. Even from last week, I think this fair value gap was created last week, right? Yeah, last week or this week, early this week. So the price ya buɗe immediately dropping, leaving one way yake ta tafiya yana komawa yana balance range. Like yayi balancing movement ɗin gaba ɗaya except for this imbalance, inefficiency. Shi kaɗai ne aka samu a wannan move from this high to this low. This is the only imbalance, and look at how price came back to it with precision. Ya zo ya filling ɗinsa. Do you see? Small fair value gap amma during the price ya dawo masa. So I'll mark this fair value gap on the 4 hour time frame on Tuesday. Na yi marking ɗinsa. When I see price approaching, I mark it and wait. Now let's go to 1 hour time frame. What is there on the fair value gap? Kun ga abin da ya faɗa cikin fair value gap ne? 4 hour it was a fair value gap, but 1 hour is what? A supply zone. I trade supply and demand, but not very well. I just use it as a point of interest because they are very strong also. So supply zone ɗin nan, naga price ya dawo masa, and on 4 hour time frame it is a fair value gap, but on 1 hour time frame it's a supply zone. I know that there's something fishy around that area. So on this hourly time frame, this would have been my change of character, wannan low ɗin nan. But then when I went to 5 minute time frame, because it was a scalp, New York scalp, a 5 minute time frame na ɗauke shi. So when I see price mitigating this area and I quickly go to 5 minute time frame to see 15 minute time frame first to see if there is anything, to investigate the area to see if there is anything. So when I went to 15 minute time frame, I also see this low. Na ce kai, zai make sense in price zai dropping aggressively ya zo ya cire low ɗin nan sai ya koma ya ɗauko ni sai mu ci gaba da tafiya ƙasa, but that didn't happen. I went to 5 minute time frame to see what is also there again. So since it is going to be a scalp, my trade was on 5 minute time frame. So I took the trade on 5 minute time frame, and you can see the structure. It makes sense on the 5 minute time frame, right? Although price was choppy after, but then the other guy delivering in at kafin in choppy. So what I did was, because I'm suspecting price will go to the downside. This is not like the kind of A plus setup that Nikkei trading, but this is also good, right? So what I did was, the price A mitigating one and supply zone, which is also fair value gap on the 4 hour time frame, and give me this structure on the 5 minute time frame. You can see this high was created, price created this low, and this is the last high. So this is some form of fractal hakan nan. Wannan shine intermediate short term low din, wannan shine short term low din, and this is the high, right? So I mark the high, the OTE zone of this zone, from this high to this low. So this is the OTE, and my trade was on the OTE, 75%. Exactly. I took my trade from the 75% exactly. And look at how price, after giving this change of character, I put a limit order. I think it was a limit order and wajan. And there's a small fair value gap wajan, but it was not the fair value gap I used. I used the OTE zone, and price push. Is it the fair value gap? Yeah, and I'm on Tasha, but I think it's the fair value gap, right? And price push tapped me in and melted. And my TP was on TRR daidai. Price ya zo nan kamar zai cikin TP ɗina, ya pushing back, na yi sitting BE. So haka ɗan ya zo mai BE ɗina, but it delivers full TP. Everything on my Telegram, everything on my TikTok, you can go and verify entry, execution, everything. So this was a second trade I took this week, on Tuesday. So moving forward to trade ɗin da ya ban wahala, ya yi na yi BE ɗaya, sannan na ci SL guda ɗaya on gold kenan, evening kawai. So this was the trade, right? I think it was on, the setup was on 15 minutes, something like that. So abinda na yi makin wannan area ɗin nan ne because of what happened, right? This was the first thing that I was paying attention to. Price came back to mitigate, because this was a 15-minute time frame trade. On, is it on Thursday? Yeah, I think I took this trade on Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. On Thursday actually. So price came back to mitigate the supply area hakan nan wajen. So the price ain't mitigating din shi sai na ce to, this is going to be a change of character. I think it is also a New York session trade, something like that. So na yi marking area din nan as a what, change of character, and price ya zo yi change of character a wajen nan. Kun gani? Price ya zo this aggressive push, right, to mitigate this area. Then mistake ɗaya da na yi shine wannan, it is not an intentional what drop. Idan kana neman drop, change of character, kana so kaga price ya yi dropping aggressively. But look at this, it was not aggressive. But then stubborn head, na trading nation, price sweep liquidity, change character. Then I took my trade on this QM. I think it was a 5 minute trade. I took the trade on 5 minutes, yeah, something like that. A QM. So I think that's why I took BE a wannan first trade din, na yi taking BE, a wannan kuma na yi taking SL. But then it is what it is, and I said I'm going to record everything and send to you guys, so that's why I am recording it. But this is not one of my best trade, because clearly you, da na zo na ina duba abin da ya faru, na ga dalilin da ya sa na ci SL a wannan trading, because look at how price was coming down. Is it that I didn't see it or what? I don't know. But look at it, it was not intentional. Idan kana so kaga price ya baka entry a wajen change of character naka ba, kana so kaga price ya dropping aggressively, ba irin wannan choppy movement din nan ba. Right? Wannan, look at the movement. It is not like a good movement. Look at it. It was very choppy. So na yi marking wannan QM din, and I took my entry there. Price ya fara delivering, sai na yi BE. I think around this area na yi BE. And price dropped further again, then went back and took me out. Then again, I had a limit order a wajen nan. Initially ina da limit order a wajen nan because of this structure here. Tunda price yake nan wajen, price na wajen nan, price ya bada this area on 15 minutes. I don't know. Anyways, kun ga price, yanda price ya zo ya mitigating ɗin wannan zone ɗin. Look at it. It was a very good trade for Abariba, good trade Beniba. The only thing was that, um, anyways, price are consolidating our channel, right? They consolidating, generating liquidity, say dropping, say that will say chill. It ya cire sell side and then sannan ya zo ya cire buy side, tapping into this area. Kun gani? Price yeah, tapping in key level and then you rejecting CJ breakouts because there's a breakout our journal, and this is an engineered liquidity, so it will make sense for price to come back and mitigate this QN. That was why I took this trade our journal, and it was a limit order command and again, so price just clear everything there. This is the SL I took for the whole of this week, I think. This is the only SL I took, and because it's limit order. Maimakon da na yi BE a wajen nan, I should just remove this, but my tree shiba, I left it and price came back towards clear the area and continue moving. So this is the SL I took for this week, and this is the BE I took for this week. So initially, you now could this week now could the 1 TP gold, 2 TP Euro USD. Yeah, 2 TP, 1 SL, 1 BE, and 1 TP on gold also. Yeah, so I didn't trade one move then. This move, I didn't trade it because I was not seeing anything. I just completely lost interest on gold for this week because of Abin da ya faru a wajen nan. I was a little bit emotional, so I didn't trade gold since after this happened. So, but kun ga shi ma yayi delivering ma weekly draw on liquidity now, because this was the weekly draw on liquidity here, and price delivers. Only that I took only one trade and one BE and one SM. Moving forward to BTC USD. BTC ban ma kalle shi ba kwata-kwata satin nan saboda bai ban ko entry guda ɗaya bai ban ba. From Monday to Friday bai ban entry ba ko guda ɗaya. So this is what happened. Weekly, kamar yadda na gaya muku, this was monthly CRT, right? I think it's a monthly CRT. Yeah. Candle 2 closure. Price are mitigating one area. Then kamar yadda na gaya muku, on the monthly time frame, price are mitigating in area. Then they drop in about the CRT, and this is going to be the CR low. Go back and watch that video that the weekly forecast, and it is very important. Go and watch it. So price came back to mitigate this fair value gap, tap into that key level and close as a candle 2 on the monthly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, price was giving me this, and I don't think there's too much things on the weekly time frame. Come in and for the last week, but on the daily, yeah, on the daily was my setup. This was my setup. I can BTC, and I've been following the hi BTC. Allah ya shirya. Price ya ban confirmation inversing wani inversion fair value gap a wajen nan fa. Tun last week, I think. Is it last week? Last 3 weeks, price ya inversing ya ban full confirmation. If you're in my Telegram channel, you already know that I've been following BTC tun yaushe fa. Tun yaushe. Kai BTC. So what I was expecting this week, price na wajen nan on Monday. I think price was here on Monday na ce in dai price zai zo nan wajen ya taimaka ya zo nan wajen ya mitigating wannan area din nan, wannan supply zone din nan ya mitigating din shi da ya aligning da fair value gap. That was going to be my trade. Simple fa. Price zai zo ba da liquidity a wajen nan. Kai BTC ya ba da liquidity a wajen nan only for it to drop on, is it on Sunday ne? On Monday drop. Na ce okay, wannan drop din an yi breaking structure ne na wajen za a dawo a ɗauke mu shiru kake ji, price just continue moving to the downside, but then it is well. So BTC bai ban setup ba ko guda ɗaya. So let's just stay on the daily time frame. This would have been the setup wallahi. I would have cashed this trade kuma swinging din shi zan because I've been following BTC for a while. I saw some people trying to catch buy from around this place. Kallon su ne kawai. But then BTC just keep dropping. Ya zo ya cire CRT low din. Monthly CRT ba BTC ya zo ya cire shi a this week kuma ban kama trade ko ɗaya ba a BTC. Then it went ahead to take out this important low. But nevertheless, it is well. So that's the ASR da na ce zan yi kenan. review in previous week abin da ya faru on my three favorite pairs. Euro USD, Gold, the BTC. That's the trades pairs I trade. But I also look into GU. I also look into Ethereum and Silver for references, for SMT divergence diagram in correlations. So yeah, that's a trade I took this week, and I don't know if maybe then you posting one video. But then if I decide to post it, that will be it. And unlike that within the week, I will try to do a weekly outlook, for next week to see what we are going to catch. Although we are coming out from NFP week, so usually next week is going to become, so it's going to be like some kind of slow hakan nan saboda usually idan NFP ya zama impulsive, very impulsive, to next week za a shiga consolidation ne, haka kasuwan yake. From impulsive movement to either consolidation or pullback or deeper retracement for continuation yake. So it's either market yana impulsive movement ko yana consolidating ko kuma yayi pullback ko deeper pullback for continuation towards the trend or complete reversal. So what I'm suspecting next week zai faru is we are either going to have consolidation or kuma pullback for continuation. But nevertheless, let's see how the week will close. And again, one thing I'm going to see is that I don't know if I should say it at the end of this video, but then trading trading ba abu bane na gaggawa ba, tsakani da Allah. Trading abu ne wanda it take time. A lot of people comes to my DM and be complaining, wasu su ce sun yi blowing account ɗinsu kafin su fara ganin setup masu kyau. Yeah, it happens. If you don't take care of your account, sai ka blowing ɗin account ɗin idan ka zai buɗe sai ka fara ganin setups. It happen. So trading ba abu bane na gaggawa ba. You have to like take your time. You have to like take your time and pay like maximum attention to what you are doing. Try as much as possible to learn technical analysis as fast as you can, because technical analysis is not everything in trading. Trading, there is more to trading than technical analysis. So technical analysis is also important in trading, right? But then it is not everything in technical analysis. So you just have to do your best to see how you can just learn technical analysis very fast. I'm not saying very fast like the Gagawa, but just take your time, try and do it properly, have a strategy, build a system around your strategy, know your model, know what you trade, know your peers, know the peers you trade. Kai ka gama wannan sannan you focus on the like real aspect of trading, which is the psychological aspect of trading, the risk management aspect of trading, and the rest, the growing capital and stuffs like that. Because there's a lot beyond this technical analysis that I can just square. Like you see some people spending 2 years, 3 years still struggling with technical analysis. To yaushe ka gama koyon technical analysis, yaushe ka fara mastering psychology naka, yaushe ka je ka koyi risk management, yaushe ka zo ka fara growing capital, because any capital you get outside trading and start putting it into trading ba, sai a hankali ba. In dai trading za ka yi da gaske, you have to get your capital from trading. Sai sa za ku ji yawanci mutane mentors hakan nan ka ce wai ka je ka same su ka ce musu ka iya trading, they should give you capital to trade. They will not give you because they believe you don't know what you are doing. Because if you know what you are doing, the ɗan $100 ɗinka, the $1,000 ɗinka, you can grow from there. Yes, you can grow. A lot of people are doing it. Ka gane ba sai ka je ka dogara ga wani profin ko wani fishy something ba da kake za ka ke yi ba. You grow your capital, but a lot of us are lazy. We cannot do it. So there's more to trading than technical analysis. Me, on my own, inshallah, kamar da na yi alkawari, I'll continue dropping educational videos on YouTube ɗin nan for technical analysis. But I'm telling you guys, you need to do it like fast and learn this technical analysis and master it very well and move beyond it, because I believe in 6 months, 1 year, highest the 1.5 years, ya kamata a ce you know your technical analysis very well, very well. Then you move from there, because I don't believe you need to spend more than 3 years where you kind of struggling the technical analysis or stuff like that. But then Inshallah, let me end this video here. Then we'll meet some other time, inshallah.